Hi there! In the next tutorial you are going to learn how to create the basic shapes of quilling and how to attach them to a piece of paper with the help of glue. So let's start with rolling up one piece. Now for me it goes really quick, but it just takes some practice. I glue it. And close the shape. Okay, so this is the beginning. From this, if I push it on one side, I can get a kind of drop. This is really nice because if you put, for example, two next to each other, you can get a heart. Or if you put more, you can create, let's say, flowers. The next one we are going to shape is a triangle. If you prefer to use a tweezer, it's also possible. So when we have drop, we pushed it. Then what we are going to do is we are going to have two sides more added to it with the help of the tweezer. 1 and 2. And when we are here, we can also already make a square by creating 4 sides. Now to create a star, it's a little bit more difficult. So try to look at that you divide the paper equally into 5 pieces, and it's really an advantage if you have nails when you do this. But you can still add the finishing touch with the help of the tweezer. And you receive a star. For these kinds of shapes, we use a little bit different approach, because first we are going to halve the paper and then we roll it up. So what I do then is that I don't roll the paper fully, but I only roll it up until the half. When I'm at the half, I just take it off, and when I create, for example, the first shape, I also start to roll it to the inner direction. I roll it up until the middle and I take it off. So if you don't want to halve it very sharply, you're going to have more like a looser shape. But if we put it at the half, we can receive a shape like this. From this, it's just one step to create a heart, because I can also just push it to the inside. So these two are from the same kind of coil. These two is that when I start to roll one to one direction and the other side I show. So for these two, we started to roll this inside, but what we are going to do right now is going to roll this outside. And then when we roll it up, we take it off, and we receive this beautiful shape. We can already start to play with it. What you can also do with this is how I describe most of the time quilling is something like origami, but instead of folding paper, we are rolling paper. But now we can also start to fold it a little bit. Oops. So when we fold it again, we can also receive these beautiful shapes. And we can also create a kind of flower out of it. So let's see, how do we glue it? So I start with the basic shape. So you just take it in one hand, put a little bit of glue, and apply the glue everywhere. This is definitely something which helps you to develop your patience. So it doesn't have to be too much, just a little bit. And when you are ready, you just push it to the place where you want it to stand and push. Now, which is more tricky is when you have these bigger shapes, but basically you use the same. So just try to pay attention that you don't push too much. And you attach. What I really like about quilling is that basically everything what you want to draw or you can also create from quilling. So let's say when you just want to have straight pieces of paper, you can also just glue them. This is what, for example, can be used also to create the monograms. Now in this case, I usually use a tweezer and I just hold it and I glue it.